A big why showed up in your soul. Why it had to hurt like that. Why people you would have given everything for turned away so easily. Why every time you thought you were finally through the storm, another one appeared. But what if you were never being ignored or punished? What if you were being built perfectly? Chosen ones, hear me clearly. This isn't about random suffering. This is about sacred arrangement. God doesn't waste pain. He reuses it. Every hard time that made you question your worth. Every silence that made you doubt your place in the world. Every betrayal that broke your heart and trust. Those weren't signs that God didn't see you or that you were in the wrong place. They were construction zones. You were under spiritual renovation, and heaven had the men at work sign up the whole time. Think back to the times you felt everything collapsing. You couldn't even breathe right. Your chest felt tight for reasons words couldn't explain. You'd wake up already exhausted, carrying 1,000 conversations in your head before you even got out of bed. And through all of that, God was quiet. That quiet wasn't neglect. It was God watching a soul bloom where everyone else would have broken. He was adjusting the frequency of your heart to handle the prophecy coming next. Because if he had answered every prayer you cried in those nights, you would have received blessings too fragile to last, too easy to take for granted. Chosen ones, some prayers have to mature before they arrive, and so do you. He was toughening your roots before showing your fruit. It's easy to admire a tree in summer when the leaves are full, but your winters are what made you unshakable. You learned how to pray when you didn't even have words left. You learned how to smile while bleeding internally. You learned how to stand back up when the ground beneath you was still moving. That's spiritual growth in action. You went through hard times to learn what's worth worrying about and what's not, what's real and what's okay to release. Here's something most people don't tell you. God doesn't only prepare blessings for you, he prepares you for blessings. And that's the part that hurts. Because even though you're worthy of all that you want, sometimes no visible change happens around you. He'll strip away the voices you relied on so that his becomes unmistakable. He'll push your hand off the cliff, not to watch you fall, but to remind you that you can fly. He'll let every imitation comfort fall apart. So when the real thing arrives, you don't confuse it with what once hurt you. You didn't lose control, you were being rerouted, and the road God put you on looked lonely because it was custom built for your calling. Imagine this, a sculptor standing before a raw block of marble. He doesn't apologize to the stone for every strike of the chisel. He knows exactly what he's freeing inside it. The marble might only feel the breaking, but the sculptor sees the masterpiece. That's what's been happening with you. Every loss, every ending, every long night you thought would never end, those were strikes of the divine chisel. God wasn't trying to destroy you. He was revealing the treasure that was hidden inside you all along. Chosen ones, what he's about to show you isn't new. It's been there. You're just about to see it with new eyes. And that's why you couldn't fit back into the old life once you changed, even for a second. That frustration you've been feeling lately, that's your soul knowing something doesn't fit, even if you can't name it yet. You've been walking around with a quiet knowing that everything you've been through must have meant something. And you're right. It did. Take a moment. Think of the version of you that went through all of that. They weren't unworthy or immature. They just hadn't yet grown into the strength their purpose required. But that version of you built the foundation you're standing on right now. You're standing at the threshold of understanding, expansion, and clarity. And the confusion that once haunted you is about to finally have a clear answer. So if you've been feeling like your life has been rewinding, stalling, or looping, Pay attention. That's often how God sets the stage before he reveals the why. He slows things down right before he shows you what the delay built inside you. Something is about to click. The pain is about to reveal its purpose, and soon you'll look back at what once nearly destroyed you and say, "Oh, that's why." But we're not there yet, because before God shows you why it all had to happen, he's going to show you who you've become because of it. Dear chosen one, take a deep breath. You've been so focused on what broke that you haven't noticed what built. You walk differently now, slower, steadier, wiser. You hear words differently. You don't rush to react. You listen for truth. And you see differently, not with suspicion, but with discernment that comes from surviving things that were meant to confuse you. You're no longer the same soul who begged for explanations. You've grown into the one who can hold them. Remember those nights when you prayed for relief? Now you pray for understanding. That's transformation. Not loud, but eternal. Because the person who once needed rescue now carries rescue inside them. You may not feel stronger all the time, but you absolutely are. That subtle calm you carry into chaos, that's power. That gentleness you show to people who once would have triggered you, that's mastery. And even fear is weaker in confrontation with you. It comes, but can't stay for long now. There's something sacred about endurance. It rewires how you trust. When everything you leaned on gave out and you still didn't collapse, you learned what it means to be anchored. You didn't just survive storms, you learned their language. You can now sense when the sky is about to turn, and instead of running for cover, you start preparing the ground. That's who you've become. Think about it. The same situations that used to tear you apart don't even shake you now. You respond with quiet wisdom instead of panic. That's not just how things came out. That's evidence of internal rebuilding. When God rebuilt you, he replaced sudden reaction with revelation. And that's why some people from your past can't recognize you anymore. They're searching for the old you who used to explain, defend, and overgive. But that version graduated. Even now, this new strength can feel strange for you. You'll notice yourself not chasing what once felt urgent. You'll stop trying to make sense of people who live in confusion. You'll realize silence doesn't mean weakness, even if people say it is. Silence means peace has become your boundary. God didn't just remove what was hurting you. He removed your need to be understood by it. And this is the part that's hard to admit. Sometimes healing makes you look colder. You're not colder at all. You're transparent now. Your energy no longer bleeds everywhere. It's contained, intentional, and guided. That's what the pain built. Not bitterness, precision. Picture a sword being forged. Before it shines, it has to sit in the fire, again and again, until every weak part is burned out. And then the smith cools it, polishes it, and raises it to the light. That's you right now, being lifted to the light. Not to show off the flame that hurt you, but to reveal the strength that fire created. Chosen ones, your life is about to echo with purpose. Not because new things are appearing, but because old things are finally making sense. You'll start to see how every closed door lined up with another that opened later. You'll look back at the waiting and realize they weren't wasted time at all. They were pacing. God timed every turn, so your blessing would arrive to meet your maturity. You see, revelation isn't always thunder. Sometimes it's the quiet click of understanding. When the puzzle finally shows the picture it's been forming all along, that's what's coming next. That's what heaven is preparing to show you. You'll look at your past, and instead of pain, you'll feel gratitude rising. Not because it was easy, but because you'll finally see how perfectly placed every difficulty was. That person who betrayed you, they redirected you. That job that ended, it freed your energy for what was meant for you. That long silence from heaven, it taught you how to hear the whispers. Every why will start turning into, oh, I see now. It won't happen in a single day. It'll unfold quietly, one realization at a time, and each one will feel like another piece of yourself coming home. And when it happens, you'll understand something sacred. God never left you in the middle of your confusion. He was there, arranging details too precise for you to notice at the time. Remember, my dear friend, you didn't miss anything. This is the season where He shows you the blueprint behind the chaos, where what once hurt you now helps you, and what once confused you now confirms you. Soon you'll start meeting people and entering spaces that feel oddly familiar, not because you've been there before, but because you were built for them during the quiet years. You'll realize you're standing in the very answer to prayers you forgot you prayed. Chosen ones. This is what it means when God says, I'll make it all make sense. He's not changing your story, He's revealing its architecture. And when you finally see it, you'll thank Him not just for the blessings, but for the construction, because that's when you'll know. Every ache, every waiting room, every unanswered night wasn't the end of your story. It was the scaffolding of something eternal. And now that the building stands, God is about to pull back the curtain and show you why it all had to happen. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. If this message resonated, please like, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe to stay connected. Continue your awakening journey by choosing one of the videos on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.